Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of SCNS Live, the super cool nerd show. And sorry about that. YouTube kept kicking us off when we tried to stream. Damn you,
But here
YouTube.
we
Damn
are.
you. Anyway. It's been a rough week. How are you guys doing out there? I'm sorry, I'm not myself, but I'm getting there. I am Jason the X. I don't do this show alone because I got friends and they're other places. Look, it's Cass and Kat.
Hey, we're not
just
doing anything with our
a couple
camera.
of things.
Yes. Stop that. And with the pink bunny ears there, that's Cora. I think I'll have to actually stop talking.
Wait.
I'm waiting, but I don't see it. Oh, there she is.
Huh?
Can you hear me, Cora? Oh, technical difficulties with this. Anyway.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I was introducing you to the audience out there. So.
Oh, well, you said I had bunny ears, not kitty ears, so I was
Whatever.
very confused.
Whatever.
I have kitty ears, and that's cuter.
Both are tasty. Anyway.
Really?
And of course, we got
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, that was wrong.
I feel like because rabbit's not that great, and I feel like kitten would be kind of, I don't know, stringy.
We are literally weeks away from living that reality.
Yeah, like I just don't think it would be that good.
And of course, Rick is turning into an alcoholic.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm building up my tolerance again. What's up? I found some good stuff from Hawaii.
I think the greater question is one
And
of those shades.
also earlier this week, I got this really awesome rum from Hawaii called Koloa. And then earlier this week, I also got Terramana, which is the rocks tequila. And that stuff, that shit is great. Go get it. Go find it. The reposado is amazing.
Yeah.
It's got hints of oak and vanilla in it.
Yeah, drop the curse, and I want to keep advertisers on this show. Anyway, as if there wasn't enough to curse about already. Anyway, how are you guys? First of all, just wellness check. How are you guys doing? Cora, what are you doing in your stay at home?
I actually am considered viable, or I'm considered an essential worker since I do work in hospitality and internet, so I actually don't get to stay at home. I do have to go to work Monday through Friday. Which kind of sucks, but it's been really slow, so we've just been using that time to kind of ramp things or get things ready for when things go back to normal.
And I don't know how to say this tactfully, but screw work. What about you?
I mean, I'm fine. I'm here. I'm not thriving, but I'm alive. And that's all that matters. I'm vibing.
You're alive then?
I'm alivin'.
Yeah.
Rick, what are you doing to keep yourself busy?
I am here. Hold on, it's within reach, kind of. Yep. Okay. So, other than drinking my body weight in liquor,
Is he coming in low for anybody else, or is it just me?
So what?
Hello.
A little, yeah.
So, other than drinking my body weight in liquor, and I'm also been doing a lot of reading. I'm currently reading The House of Hades, which is the 4th book in the Heroes of Olympus series, which is the sequel to the Percy Jackson series. So, I'm reading this book. I just started it yesterday. I'm still working also. I'm still working Thursday through Monday. So that's been keeping me busy. I've been texting a lot of people. I got a couple of, sorry, I moved that. I got a couple of, I actually really been only really texting like every single minute of the day with one person, which is really great because we've been keeping each other sane. Yeah, just doing a lot of reading, catching up on some ESPN 30 for 30 documentaries, which are great. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Just drinking and reading.
Kat and Cass, what are you guys up to?
Yeah, the last couple of days we did the decoration scheme you see behind you using only stuff we had around. So kind of like organizing and decorating. We have some short short videos,
short films.
planned to shoot this week with just the two of us.
Sweet.
We did. I
Nice.
think last time I mentioned that I had taken up crocheting, and I finished that one. And here's another one.
Ooh, that's
That
actually
one's
really
for
pretty.
me.
One's for Kat. So, yeah.
I want one. That's really cool.
Okay.
love-
Buy me some yarn.
I
Or
love the
just
color.
Venmo me and I'll get some yarn.
I can't find yarn.
Venmo her at like
Venmo me,
$5.
and yeah, I'll get some yarn. I'll make you one.
My mom's been
If you-
making masks.
Good. I don't have elastic, otherwise I would be making them.
Yeah,
My
you have
sister's
trouble
been making
finding
some too.
I have been slowly assembling my
Good
food
for your
army
sister, Cora.
to destroy you all.
Oh
that a banana?
my god.
You've been doing what?
Assembling my food army. We're coming for you. You don't want none of this potassium.
Man, I will take a bite out of that and then spit it
You
out.
don't want none of my peeling army.
Bring it. I love bananas. I'll put them in a smoothie. I'll blend it with some rum.
But other than that, just boy, having kids and having to try to teach them and do your work from home stuff. Okay.
Oh, so let me ask you then this, Jason. Should teachers be paid more?
Oh, I've always said teachers should be paid more.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I'll say it louder for the people in the back. Pay the teachers what they're worth because, wow, they are really trying. And kudos to my kids' teachers. They have been doing a lot of Zoom meetings and stuff. We're all trying to get by. But anyway,
So one thing, real quick. One thing I think about this whole homeschooling thing that everyone's going through. I know your kids, Jason. Your kids are great, but like other parents that have their kids that other parents though they can finally realize that their kids are assholes, and that maybe the teachers were telling the truth about them. They're not sweet angels like they always thought they were. So hey, this is a good thing for them.
oh, mine's like, hey, I'm not your teacher. You're doing this, and that's it. But anyway, let's go ahead and try to get some good news of the world because there is news out there. Let's kick it off with some super cool nerd news. So with the change of atmosphere and the way everybody lives today, things have been, kind of different. But people are adapting. A school in Japan did not want their kids to be robbed of walking across the stage. So they put their faces on robots that walked across. Basically, they had tablets over the faces. Look, they have the cap and gown and their diplomas in their hand. And kudos to the teachers also for going out and doing this and I mean, granted, they could be further apart here, but they did not want to deprive their students, so they did this. This is awesome. The Business Breakthrough University in Tokyo carried out this graduation ceremony on March 28th at the Hotel Grand Palace. Recipients were not allowed to be there in person, but they remotely controlled the robots to collect the diplomas on their behalf. And to make the ceremony even more lifelike, the students were video called on the tablets so that way they could actually talk and receive their diplomas. Tell me this doesn't make you feel good here.
That is pretty awesome.
Oh, that's some good. That's
Like that's good stuff right there, man. With the way the world is right now, it's little things like that to make you smile. I mean, and like I said, the school put this together. Kudos to them, and maybe more people could do this. Or just, you know what? Maybe they should ship me a robot, and we can randomly put you guys' faces on there.
you don't need a robot.
I'd be down.
A little weird.
I mean, that way I can live forever.
No, I didn't say put you in a. I think you're getting into technology that's we ain't talking about right here. All right, Kat and Cass, I know we're doing a kind of a relaxed show, but I didn't get any stories from you guys. You got one for me this week?
We got a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. First, real quick, I wanted to mention for those of you that are kind of looking for something different to stream, Parasite is actually on Hulu.
I know.
That is
So
listed under comedy and drama, and do not believe that crap.
it's not a comedy.
I was
but
happy when I saw that.
it is a fantastic movie. It absolutely deserves
Okay.
that.
Yes.
No, it is a comedy because the director and everyone that was involved in that laughed their way to the bank with their statues. It was great. They beat the odds. I would laugh with them.
That's not what makes a comedy. Like, that's not.
Having
There's
fun
laughing involved.
make a movie a comedy.
It's
There's
jokes
laughing
inside
involved.
the movie that you need for the comedy. Otherwise, Breaking Bad was hilarious.
Breaking Bad was hilarious.
It was funny sometimes.
But it is not a comedy.
Nah, bro. Anyway, yeah, that's great news. I know they're releasing a lot of movies on land. I actually bought Sonic the Hedgehog just because Sonic.
Where did
That
you
movie
buy it?
deserves all the money.
Amazon.
Okay.
So we'll be getting your Amazon login later because we want to watch it.
yeah, something
Really want to watch Sonic.
I
Yeah.
hope you guys up then. But speaking of that, oh god, who's got the next story? I gotta load up a picture. I forgot to load.
Well,
I'll take the
I
next
do
one.
have.
Even though mine's actually kind of sad, but I'll take this one because we're talking about movies, so I'll go with movies.
Go ahead, Rick. Go ahead.
Okay, so speaking of movies, sadly, AMC theaters might be the first real big casualty of all this due to the shutdown because of the Rona. Like all movie theaters around the country and the world, AMC had to shut down for public safety, but it might not be able to reopen once it is safe to go back out to the public. In a report last Thursday, MKM Partners analyst Eric Hamler wrote, "Based on our view that theaters will be closed until at least August, and our belief that AMC lacks the liquidity to stay afloat until that time, we expect the company will soon be faced with filing for bankruptcy." He downgraded AMC theater stock from neutral to sell. So sell. AMC reported $265 million in cash and equivalents on hand, plus $332 million available via lines of credit as of December 31st of 2019. AMC is the exhibition company we view with the least financial flexibility. Ouch. Hamill wrote in his report, "We believe the company's monthly cash burn rate in a no revenue environment is running at $155 million per month, which likely keeps AMC liquid until about June or July. It depends, how they handle their money. The company furloughed over 600, other than everyone that worked on there that was hourly, like all the ushers and popcorn makers and all that kind of stuff. The company also furloughed over 600 corporate employees, including CEO Adam Aron, in a cost-cutting measure, doing what he can to stay afloat. AMC has
CEO
also
got
informed,
cut.
Yeah, he got furloughed.
Dang.
Ooh.
But I mean,
Ooh,
he's
ooh.
probably got like millions stashed away, so he's fine.
Yeah, he's probably got like a massive golden parachute. So
My question for that is, who makes that decision?
the
The
board.
company as a whole, the board of directors, I guess. AMC has also informed its landlords that they will not be able to pay their rent starting this month in April, which actually kind of helps them out a little bit. Without having to pay rent, it could add a few more months of life to AMC, though the longer this goes, the least likely the company will survive. Even if AMC is able to tap government bailout funds, Hannah wrote, the company's high leverage ratio with a $4.75 billion in debt will make it for rough sledding, thus making a reorganization inevitable. So that's AMC is more or less dead on arrival. It's I don't see it coming back anytime soon. So
That's hard to hear. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really have a problem with AMC, but we can't
I
do
don't
anything
either.
about that.
I mean, it's not great. There's going to be a loss of familiarity in some of these things, but I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't choose for anybody to like go under, but if companies are going to kind of not be able to handle this, I am looking forward to not as many monopolies.
Yeah.
Like kind of
Yeah.
things up in the middle, the bottom, and movie distribution is one of those areas for sure.
I know one of them that's having some problems right now that could use some changes. The airline industry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, you charge me how much for an additional bag? Our sympathy levels are low.
Looking at you, Spirit. $63 for like a carry-on.
And that's a direct result. Yeah.
And
of
that was
monopolies.
the only bag. It wasn't an extra bag. They're like, oh, your flight is blah, blah, blah. You can take a purse or you can pay $75 and take a carry-on bag.
So back to Sonic for a second, and I actually got to thank Rick for previewing this in our chat. But some pictures of Sonic before they made the changes. This is just a quick one, but let me find that. Oh my God, there is Baby Sonic coming at you. Look at that. That it will be chasing you in your nightmares. I can only hope. Look at it. Fear it.
I want to hug it. I want to hug it and give it SpaghettiOs.
This made me so. I really want to see more of this. Not too much more, but that was pretty horrifying. Cora, what have you got this week?
Yeah.
I got some nice pictures from you here.
Well, do you want me to just go rapid fire through all of them or just pick one?
Pick one. Hit it.
All right. Well, since we were talking about streaming, I'll go ahead and start with that first because that's the one that I'm. Oh, I like almost had a heart attack when I saw it. So, as you
I think Cora's cutting out. On
remember, Netflix got the whole thing to the original Seiya, Knights of the Zodiac, and they've been slowly putting the episodes. So, the last 41 episodes have been added to the streaming service, which means all 114 episodes, both sub and dub, watch during your time of quarantine. This is perfect. It's one that I highly recommend, especially if you like battle manga.
And what was it? We missed it.
Oh no, did it cut out?
Yeah,
It did. We heard your recap of why it's good, but not what it was.
Ah, okay. Saint Seiya, Knights of the Zodiac. Just
Okay.
on Netflix. Look at Saint Seiya, the original one from the 90s will pop up, and you should watch it. If you like battle manga and you like shiny things and that old school style.
I'm
Oh,
seeing.
it's great.
Is it more of a pretty anime boys?
It's not for
there?
everyone, but great.
Is it pretty
Huh?
anime boys?
I mean, it's pretty anime boys because it's an anime. You got a lot of pretty long-haired anime boys and stuff like that.
Right.
It's really good though. I mean, you've got my favorite boy, and I've talked about how much I love Shun, and he is still my favorite. And if you don't like him, that's all. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Thank you for showing us a TED Talk. Saint Seiya is actually a great series, and yeah, I was watching it on Netflix too. So, in this time of all we can do is do that, I'll probably go watch it again.
Yeah, the dub is actually not terrible. I haven't ever watched the subs, so I don't know how the original Japanese voices were. But the dub actually wasn't terrible. It was pretty cheesy, but it wasn't bad.
You know what was recommended to me on Netflix today? The live-action Dragon Ball. I mean, it's really a great movie. That was a subtle dig at all.
After that, watch the live action Avatar. See how you feel about yourself afterwards.
Near saw the live action Avatar recommended to it. I think he just raged killed his TV. So
I actually kind of enjoyed the live action Dragon Ball.
No,
I mean it was garbage, but it was It was like hot. It was like room garbage.
No. Hey, Kat, what have you got for us this week? Besides crappy anime live action movies.
Few things. The PS5 is still not got a solid date for it, but they revealed the PS5 controller this week. It's called the DualSense. They say that they're going to reveal the date that the PS5 will be out soon. A new report surfaced claiming that the Silent Hill reboot is in the making. It got shot down, and then a new report resurfaced again. So something with Silent Hill is definitely happening.
What do you think of the PS5 controller?
First of all, I really don't want a white controller. I don't. That thing's going to be a shade of gray.
The grime, like in the.
It's just going to let me know that I need to wash my hands more.
Yeah.
Although I do like the design of it. It looks.
It looks now, anyways.
The black controller hides it. I do like. It looks like they've changed it, and I was looking at the specifications on it. I thought it was going to be very very touch intuitive or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. When things say like pressure sensitive, I get nervous because I remember early like Wacom tablets and how awful the pressure sensitivity, like that kind of stuff makes me nervous. But we'll see. There is a list of games like just online of confirmed games for the PS5, notably Dying Light 2 and Lord of the Rings, Gollum, a few others. There's a bunch of games that aren't confirmed for PS5 but are confirmed to be released. Notably in that the Star Wars Untitled Star Wars game, Beyond Good and Evil 2, and Overwatch 2, and Diablo 4. Oh, and Elder Scrolls 6. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Now, of course, Sony is going to have to pretty much do like an online or a digital version of their release show since we're not getting E3 this year.
Yeah. PlayStation wasn't doing a lot at E3.
No, but
some of the developers were. Also, Echo is on the PTR for Overwatch players. It is not on consoles for us to play it, but
April
14th?
We're getting her April 14th, right?
They haven't officially said. I don't think
there was something like just now that said April 14th.
Yeah, I follow Overwatch stuff. So
there it is.
She seems super OP to me, but
she's a mimic. She can mimic the enemy and build an ult as them very quickly. It should be really interesting. It shakes up the game like Sombra did, I think.
Bring back ghosts.
No. No.
I have liked seeing all the other Overwatch actresses, actors and actresses, welcome Jeannie Bollet into the family already. Just it's I love their community, and
the Overwatch voice actor community is the most adorable, inclusive group that I've seen of voice actors, but I haven't seen that many. Like, we met Genji at the last Dallas Fuel game, home game. He was here. He signed the backside of my Junkrat tire, and it says, "I need healing," and silver Sharpie across the back of my tire. I thought that was amazing.
If you want a rare positivity, I recommend going and following Anjali Bhimani's social media. Yes. She's wonderful.
So wonderful.
Which is funny because her character is such a bitch. Yeah. Like, I'm just going to put that out there.
Her and Carolina Ravassa, they just have a great friendship. I love the two of them. Anyway.
I like them too, of course. We like our buddies, Chris Parson and Josh Petersdorf.
Oh, yeah.
The voice of Birdhog. And of course there's Lucio. Who's Lucio? Brainfart. I don't know. He's amazing. Also, Apple apparently has a COVID-19 iPhone app, which I did not know.
Ooh,
and they added local information to it. Might be worth downloading for free if you have an iDevice. I'm going to check it out. I haven't yet.
I just looked around for my phone, then I realized my camera is my phone right now. So
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Rick, you got another story for us?
Yep. Okay. Should I do music or musical?
Neither.
Musical.
Music, but not
Rude.
musical.
Musical. Okay. Cool.
Skip musical.
'Cause, I mean, both of these are feel-good stories. So, and both of these they're awesome. So, John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, they are world treasures. I love them both. They're great people. John Krasinski started something called Some Good News, which he is doing once a week, and it's just him talking about some good news from around the world, whether it be here in the States or Europe or wherever. It's been really awesome. He's only done 2 episodes, one the week before, 2 weeks ago, and then one last week, or one this week, I mean. And the one this week, I'm not gonna lie, it made me cry. So, inspired by tweets expressing sadness that 9-year-old Aubrey would have to miss her much anticipated trip to see Hamilton on Broadway, Krasinski and Blunt inform a starstruck Aubrey that they'll be flying her to see the show once Broadway reopens. But then, given that Blunt starred in Mary Poppins Returns with the one and only Lin-Manuel Miranda, who is an absolute angel, they decided to top themselves. By then, Lynn came in on the Zoom call, and Aubrey's face just was like, "Oh my God, it's Lin-Manuel Miranda," which even got it from there. It got better because the entire original cast of Hamilton got in on the Zoom call, and they sang Alexander Hamilton, the opening number to the musical. As Aubrey was watching this happen.
Look at that joy on that kid's
Leslie
face.
Odom Jr., Oak, Debbie Diggs, Philippa Sue, like all of them, they were all on this call, and they sang, and it was like they never missed a beat. They haven't been together like this in years to sing these songs. And it was I started crying. I was like, this is amazing. This is awesome. Like, it was. If you have not seen this, I highly recommend it. After you watch our show tonight, go to YouTube, just type in Some Good News, John Krasinski, and then it should be the second episode. It is absolutely amazing. They sound great. It's just, it was magical. It was great. I was like, I wish I was that little 9-year-old girl, just being able to see them come onto my call and have them sing to me like that. So if you guys haven't seen it, I suggest you do, because it's.
Does anyone else have like a feel-good story to follow that one? Because that one, I don't want to bring it down.
Feel good is quite the right word. I have a story that's full of hope.
I love hope.
Hit me, and then I got a happy one, but it's more happy for me. So
Okay.
Go ahead.
So if I feel like a couple of you will remember there was a video of a couple of celebrities singing Imagine. I don't know if anyone remembers that video.
I remember it.
The whole world just stopped and went, no, please. So instead of doing anything like that, Lady Gaga has raised $35 million, not from her fans who are struggling to put food on the table, but from the richest people she could find. She, I don't remember, it was the CEO of, I don't remember which company, but she basically called them in public to make sure that they would donate $10 million. So she is using her fame to pressure rich people to donate and to actually help. And so if you didn't think that she was kind of a badass before, I absolutely do now. Like, it was so nice to see her just being like, no, we're going to do something. It's not going to be a bunch of us off key singing at the camera. We're gonna do something.
But that helps no one.
You know,
Yeah.
I admit I didn't know what to think of her when she first came on the scene. And gradually she won me over because she is like the sweetest person out there.
You know, she's been on the scene like 12, 14 years now.
I mean, yeah, it's been a while. I mean,
I know.
We were kind of always on her side because when she was in her like super, super crazy outfit stage, her stuff was designed by Glenn Hetrick, who was like a hero of ours.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah. So we were kind of always
idea. He was on Face Off. He was one of the judges. He used to work for Buffy. He designed pretty much everything in Buffy. He's done Star Trek stuff. He's a legend. I have actually had a dream about disappointing him with cosplay. Like, he's really good.
It's really the peak hero worship when you have a dream about disappointing them. I've had one of those about disappointing Lin-Manuel Miranda.
As have I.
Yeah, he said that my work wasn't good enough, and I bawled for an hour and a half. It was bad. But yeah, she was designed by Glenn Hetrick, so we kind of loved that. But she's awesome, and I was very happy to hear that she used her fame to pressure people.
That's
absolutely
great. I love me some Lady Gaga. And
LeVar Burton is trying to figure out a way to do live readings of things with copyright permissions that can be complicated, but he knows that his voice would comfort some people right now. So he's been trying to figure out if he could contribute by reading aloud to folks. Neil Gaiman responded to his tweet and said, "You have my blanket permission to use anything I've ever written." So that's good news. I haven't kept up with what's happening with that, but I'm going to look it up again now that I
be doing what he says.
Google is free for 2 months. Give you something to do during downtime.
Sir Patrick Stewart's been reading parts of Shakespeare on
Yeah, he's been reading sonnets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've caught a few of them. It's good. I also finished Picard finally.
We haven't.
I'm not gonna spoil. Go
Okay.
watch it. CBS All Access has a free month for new subscribers. That's more than enough time to watch Picard and a couple other things. So.
We
Do I need
have
to watch
plugin. But we've been grinding through God of War as fast as we possibly can.
That's my routine right now. Is I get up, I may put on pants, I go into the living room, then I play God of War for until Cass gets up.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's 45 minutes. Today it was 2.5 hours. I'm trying to platinum God of War. I don't know why. It's such a fun game. It's such a good game, and I'm so on board for his next whatever he does with God of War 2.
Oh, I have one. Speaking of sequels, Netflix is reportedly, so we're not sure, working on Atomic Blonde 2, which if you saw Atomic Blonde, it is I think my favorite spy movie of the last 10 years. It was so hardcore, beat 'em up, Charlize Theron going absolutely feral, and I loved it. So I'm excited that
I did read something about early development, but I mean, with everything going on,
we'll see.
They're probably in planning stages.
But what was kind of leaked today is that it might be Netflix who's doing it.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Well, I got a feel-good story, but it's a more feel-good for me. Let me take you back to a long-lost age called 1995.
Good Lord, the Greeks were still alive.
I don't think that was boring.
Nope.
When Jason was a bright-eyed young man in love with comic books,
Were you
especially Todd McFarlane's Spawn. Now, in 1995, Todd McFarlane, on top of launching Image Comics, he also launched McFarlane Toys, producing 6 action figures that, during it, they were not at big box stores typically. They were at comic book shops. And they were good figures for the time. And I had every single one of them. And I actually still have some of them. But he recently launched a Kickstarter asking for $100,000 to recreate his old 1995 figure. If you look, there's the old one. To create a new, updated version full of articulation, paint. Look at that figure. It is beautiful. They're giving away 3 different types. The original Spawn costume, more of the updated one with the black outline and tattered cape, and an additional figure, which is, I believe it's more the Al Simmons character before he gets torched. Well, the Kickstarter achieved its goal of $100,000 in 19 minutes. Currently, with 28 days to go,
Nice.
it is at $906,000. 7,083 backers. And what does Todd McFarlane do? Because it's such a good reception for the figure. He drops the gold prices down about $10. So he makes the figure even more affordable. So I have backed them at the top level that I could. I'm gonna tell you right now, I want all 3 of my figures, but he was so overwhelming. It's okay. I think the figures were like $50 for like the basic one, but this is gonna be a high-end action figure. The box alone is beautiful. So yeah, he just said, okay, just knock $10 off. He just what I want to say though, did he just prove that independent toy sellers don't need big box stores? This man almost raised $1 million and he's still got time to go.
I mean, I think so. I think that's what we're going to find a lot of. It's kind of like a final shove into the internet and doing things that way, which is could be good for a lot of smaller, not big box retail.
Well, I mean, one big thing with the toy industry, we always have Toy Fair, which happens every year in February. Please let me in. But basically, they showcase everything for the big box stores to come in and say, I like this product. I think I'll go ahead and purchase a couple units to sell in my store. How about instead, they have to go chase down people and say, hey, can I sell your product in my store? Please? Pretty please? I didn't know. This year, I have backed 3 projects on Kickstarter that were all action figure based with Plunderlings, now McFarlane Toys, and Action Force, which is they're all small small shops, but they raise so much money for their product. And granted, with everything going on, I have not received one of them yet. Everything's been held back, but I'd love to see more of this with action figure quality higher than what we get from the big guys out there, and see what these little guys can do. So yeah, good year for toys.
When did this Kickstarter start?
It started yesterday at 3 p.m.
Dang.
I'm slightly torn just because it's like awesome. This small toy company was able to raise all this money.
Well,
but at the same time, it's like we're in the middle of a pandemic and you're asking for $100,000.
Well, look at it like this: us toy collectors are stuck at home. We can't go hunt.
Fair, I'll give you that. It's just a little.
All I can do is sneak over.
It's weird.
All I can do is sneak over to the action figure aisle when I go to get groceries from the store, like a kid trying to hide that he's smoking from his parents.
You know what? That's awesome though. All these toy collectors were able to kind of come together and raise almost $1 million for this. So,
but yeah, I mean,
maybe they can raise another $1 million and donate that money towards people that need food and stuff.
I need action figures, so that's you know.
I mean, it really depends on how you look at it. Like, in one way, it's just artists making the best of their time to make the highest quality stuff that they can while they're at home.
True.
And it's definitely not taking advantage of a pandemic to say, like, this is what I can do from where I am. And you still need hope, even if you're hungry sometimes.
Even if you don't know how you're going to pay rent.
Yeah, and it's up to people to just look at what they can do. And if you can't get it, then don't get it, you know?
True.
I mean, I'm happy
I'll
I'm
give it
getting
that.
my figures, so you know. Yeah. But anyway, who's Cora? What have you got this week?
All right, so I have two stories. They go back to back because they're both Final Fantasy 14 related. So I'm just gonna do both of them if that's cool.
I've got them ready.
All right, so the first one I'm going to touch on, this is the quicker of the two. The Hatching Tide event is in full swing currently on 14. It is their Easter event. You get a weird guy in a your reward for doing so is a bunny suit you see pictured on screen. That's actually the one that I got
Wow.
from the event. Actually, if you complete the second round of quests, you get a better one that has like a little like bow tie and stuff with it. I need to do those. In addition to that, you also get like egg tokens that you can use to trade in for other things, such as a poster with artwork from one of the older events and one of two stuffed rabbits, a white one and a brown one. The event is going on until April 13th, so you have plenty of time to do that. And it's actually a good thing to have right now because in addition to that coming out, on Tuesday, patch 5.25 dropped, which brought about the Relic weapon quests. This is something that everyone's been waiting for because the Relic weapons are like the best weapons you can get at the current end game.
They're certainly very intricate.
Yes, this and the one pictured is just the bard weapon because that's all I have, so that's all I can show you. White Mage has got totally shafted. Theirs is literally a stick with a crystal on the end of it, and
Oh,
I
they
feel
got
bad for
shafted?
them.
There
Huh?
you go. You said they got
No, that-
shafted. Yeah, they got a stick. There you go.
But anyways, the quest to get the relic weapon isn't really that bad. You just follow a quest line and then you do like a little instance at the end, and when it's over, you follow one more tiny quest line of like 2 quests and you get your relic weapon. In addition to that, they also have relic gear that you can get. So you can get the outfit you see me wearing, that is the 80 gear for Bard. They have a relic version of that, which you can dye and change color and is also better. And in order to do that, you have to do the new extreme trial. I won't go into too much detail on that because it is a spoiler for the relic weapon stuff. However, I will say it is very difficult. I have not cleared it yet. I've only gotten to phase 3 and the boss had maybe, I think, 40% of his health still when I died.
Oh wow.
It's hard. It's not easy. I've been doing this for 2 days.
no.
Jesus.
Some other people in my group have done it, but here's the part that's fun. It drops. Everyone gets 2 totems that they can use to get parts of the gear. In addition, there are 3 coffers that drop with either like a headpiece, a chest piece, the hand pieces, pants, or boots. So you can get one of the pieces per run, maybe out of 8 people. So I think we mathed it at least 10 clears in order to get everything. Which I'm not looking forward to that.
We're gonna have to wire you up a connection. to your
Sting.
router.
It's something I've never done before. So, am I cutting out?
Here and there.
Yeah. The living room would probably be better, but it's not an ideal place to stream because I have a roommate and I have neighbors.
You should run
But-
you should run a cable all the way out there.
I have a roommate too.
It's frustrating,
Real
but
quick about the streaming.
it's a little frustrating, but it is a lot of fun. If you do play 14, I would highly recommend doing it. Definitely go with a group of people that maybe have done the extreme before, because there are no telegraphs on the ground. Like there's no AoE markers. There's nothing. The only thing you have is it'll show you what his move is that's charging up, and you have to pray that you know it, because it goes scripted fight, completely but batshit crazy, scripted. So good luck. If you die at any point during the first phase, you're gonna wipe, which is terrifying.
Cool.
I don't know. It's fun. It is fun. In order to
It does sound like Valkyries a lot.
On God of War.
one final thing with it, in order to do the Relic weapon quests, you did have to do the 24-man raid in Stormblood. That was the Lost City of Ivalice, which I believe if you've played Final Fantasy Tactics, then that name will be familiar. Or Final Fantasy 12, I believe. I think that was the one with Fran. Was that 12? Or was that 11?
It wasn't 6.
Yeah, it wasn't 6.
I know that much. But it involves the Lost City from Tactics as well as that one as well. So there's that little tie-in. You have to do that quest in order to do the Relic stuff. It's not a hard raid, but it's interesting. I'll just put it there. 14 has interesting stuff. That's all I have. If you get frustrated with the extreme, you can go do the Hatching Tide event and catch chickens in a bunny suit.
Kevin said it was 12. Final
Okay.
Fantasy 12.
Thank you, Kevin.
No.
He would know.
What a nerd. Yeah. Who is that?
All right, who else has a story for me tonight? I think I'm pretty much running out here.
All right, I got one. All right, so I'm a fan of 21 Pilots. I got 2 friends of mine that really got me into them. Stacey and Jillian, you guys are amazing. And today they actually dropped a new single called oops, I just had it here. Level of Concern, which is a description is a danceable quarantine anthem. So sheltering in place has gone long enough now that we're starting to get songs about quarantine that sound fully produced, not like quick novelty knockoffs. That was the case with 21 Pilots' new release, Level of Concern, which the band just dropped to YouTube and most other digital services, including Spotify, which is where I added it to a playlist that me and my friend have over 2,000 songs on. It is, of course, it is from the duo singer, multi-instrumental Tyler Joseph and drummer Josh Dunn. The music video kind of shows them kind of filming their parts and sending them back and forth to each other and all this. It's a really cool music video, and then it kind of ends with the duo each with their family and a friend, and it's of course in their own separate houses, not together. But part of the chorus, actually, I'm not gonna sing it because I can't sing worth crap. But the chorus goes, "'Cause I told you my level of concern, but you walked by like you never heard, and you could bring down my level of concern. Just need you to tell me we're all right, tell me we're okay, yeah." Honestly, when you listening to it with the beat and just everything else, I listened to the song maybe 10 times before I switched to another song, just because I like the way it sounded, the lyrics to it. They did a good job with the song. I was very, very happy with it. So yeah, go out, listen to it, Level of Concern, watch the music video. The music video is pretty cool. And of course, you can listen to it on Spotify as well. You can probably find it also on iTunes and like other ways digitally. So yeah, Level of Concern, 21 Pilots. Go take a listen tonight.
All right. Who else has something?
They found a 60,000-year-old forest under the ocean.
Oh, do tell.
Ooh.
I don't know a whole lot about it. They uncovered, and think its preserved trees might help pioneer new medicines. It's near the Gulf of Mexico. They think, trying to figure out why they think it's medicine related. Something about the kind of organisms that had taken advantage of this exposed ancient wood, different kind of animals buried in there, what kind of animals are living on top of it as well. More than 300 animals were removed. From the wood, scientists were particularly focused on shipworms, a type of clam that converts wood into animal tissue.
Ooh.
Interesting.
The bacteria found in the shipworms had never been discovered before. So, yeah, more than 100 strains of new bacteria, 100 strains of bacteria, many of them are new, and 12 are undergoing DNA sequencing to evaluate their potential to make new drug treatments.
Wow.
It's already, shipworm bacteria has already resulted in at least one antibiotic being studied as a drug for parasitic infections.
Ooh.
Cool.
Wow.
Potentially it's huge, but we don't know a whole lot about it right now.
I love science.
What if this like this forest I found is like the outer edge of Atlantis?
That would be interesting.
The pandemic put hold on them going back down there for a while, so you know.
Why's that?
If the answers are from Atlantis, I hope they're motivated to come up here. You can't go visit them for a minute.
We need to get a submarine and just Tom Holland up like Milo and send him down there.
No. Anyway, as we well, I mean, I think that's pretty much all the news we got. What I do want to ask everybody, what are your plans for next week to keep your sanity? What are you going to be doing? Are you challenging yourself to learn something new? What are you doing? Put that down.
I mean, we stayed busy. Like we've done.
This wall was white
This
yesterday.
wall was white yesterday.
It was.
2 more paintings that are going to go up there, and those will get refined. As of tomorrow, we're going to start making some short video content. That will probably put up on there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll probably go on SCNS.
I'm actually working
we have an
on
offline discussion about that.
we will. I'm actually working on a top 10 masterpiece Transformers video, and I made a mistake. Why did I do this to myself? But anyway.
Hey, at least it's not 10 bots anymore.
You know what? I'm bored enough that I'll actually do that. One thing, and this is
Yes.
this is not a paid thing. I've been using this app called Duolingo to actually. You can't see my phone.
Oh, we know Duolingo.
Oh well, I've been working on my Japanese. Minasan konnichiwa, gosanka arigato gozaimasu.
Nice. Good for you.
It's very challenging. I love the games on here. I'm up to the hiragana level 4. So yeah.
Love being threatened by the owl.
The owl does remind me quite often. Hey,
It's time to practice.
it does. I think that's what I like most about the app. It's like I feel a little guilty. Like, oh yes, Mr. Owl. I'll.
Oh yeah, there's a whole new thing last year with like the owl threatening you.
Yeah.
He does motivate you to open up your phone and stop looking at Reddit and learn some languages.
Yeah.
What about you, Cora? I know it's gonna be unlocking weapons in Final Fantasy 14, right?
Well, not weapons per se, but I will be running that extreme trial until I get every piece of gear for my body so that I can have the best gear possible, and then spend all of the gil I earn from doing so on materia so that I can put an astronomical amount on my character, because each piece has 5 slots.
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh.
I already put 5 on my weapon.
I'm gonna bring you,
Winning games. That's where it's at.
Cora. I'm gonna bring you one of the spare webcams because while your audio is great, your video is like all crappy. So I'm gonna bring you one of the webcams.
That could also be my connection, not my camera, because my camera is fine.
It could be your light. You might not have.
Oh yeah, we have no overhead lights in this apartment, so.
We're using my photography video lights, so.
Yeah.
Your lighting's actually pretty good. I don't have any lights on in here.
We have a professional.
This is my portraiture light set.
My only light provided is from the new fan I put in, but it's got 4 bulbs, so you know.
It's a nice neutral light. It's not so warm.
But anyway,
So,
yeah,
what?
that's
What?
it. Apparently,
What? I'm not doing anything.
What do you do?
Apparently not.
I just pulled up the bottle of wine as the bottle of rum is joke. I'm actually gonna keep reading. I'm actually the other day I actually played some vinyls on Facebook Live, and then I will probably finally don the Princess Batman dress again and start reading some stories, just to bring some kind of joy to some people, because I think that'd be kind of funny.
and you have a review video that's coming out on the channel as well. Possibly this weekend's content though, on a new tequila.
Yeah. I'm not good at editing, but
I've got it. Don't worry about it.
But it'll come out. So just gonna keep an eye out for that. And I don't know. I might start painting. Like I'm like, yeah, well, I used to draw as a kid, so why not? Maybe I'll give painting a shot.
It doesn't have to be complicated.
I know, right? It's just gotta be real nice and simple. So that, and not just me. I've been texting people. Just we're all kind of chit chatting and just trying to keep each other sane. So yeah.
I mean, hey, start doing. But with this ain't Inglorious Bastards, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice.
Practice.
I think that was more scalping people, but still, same thing.
Same concept.
And also, I'm also hitting the punching bag.
Hey.
I just picture certain people's faces, and
make sure you stretch. Stretch, Ricardo.
Stretch.
I know you, Ricardo. You have to stretch.
But anyway, I guess that is it for the show. We'll be back next week. Look for some content coming up on the channel, of course, after I finally weed through. I've got my list down to 20. I need to get down to 10. So look for some videos on the channel. And guys out there, let us know in the comments what you're doing. I'm going to be replying to people, and I want to know what you're doing to keep yourself sane and happy out there and how you're dealing with everything. But anyway, make sure you follow the show at SCNS Live on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow me personally on Twitter and Instagram at JasonTheX. Go ahead, Kat. You always start off anyway.
You can find me on Instagram with relative frequency at BetterCat, and you can find me on Twitter at Doa Drawings, where we draw terrible interpretations of things that casters and Overwatch League say.
You can find me there. And on Instagram at the Good Cast or the Bad Cast. I think the last thing I posted on the Bad Cast was my pillow significant other that I made. And you can find me on Twitter at the Good Cast.
Rick, where can they find you?
You can follow me on Instagram under NerdyRick89. I'm doing the 366-day challenge. Today is, believe it or not, today was day 100. We've been 100 days into the new year, and oh boy, we're halfway to hell. But today's pictures, there were pictures today because it was exactly, Cass, 1 year ago today, we saw Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
Today, 1 year today, and it was funny because I didn't know you were gonna be there. We just kind of ran to each other like, oh hey, and we were in the room where it happens, and we actually saw Hamilton together, kind of, even though you were like a little bit closer than I was. But today's pictures were me with the cast of Hamilton in my Hamilton cosplay, and yeah. So keep an eye out. I don't know what I'm posting tomorrow. It's actually kind of hard to do this challenge being quarantined, but I'm finding things. I'm finding things.
Get a macro lens for your phone.
You want to buy me a macro lens?
They're like $15, and no.
You're still working.
Okay. I know. I'll look some.
I'll send you a link for a good one.
Perfect. You're amazing. But yeah, 366-day challenge. Keep an eye out for it.
Cora, where can they find you?
All right, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Corodono, although Corodono Art is on Twitter. I need to make sure that's updated on Instagram as well. But you can find me there doing artwork and other things related to that, or screaming into the void about Suikoden constantly. A lot. Or you can follow me on Twitter at @chaotic_. Noodle for Final Fantasy screenshots like the ones you saw today.
Hey, Cora, say
That's
that Twitter
all in
handle again,
place.
please.
Chaotic_noodle.
Got it.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
You cut
Yeah.
out.
All right, guys.
Of course I did.
It for the show. Make sure you tune in next week. We'll be back, and we'll see you next time. And like I've been saying, look to the stars for hope burns bright. Keep on nerding. We'll see you next week.